In this video, I'm going to be going through the Pekin duck breed and everything you need to know. And stay tuned till the end because I'll go through the Pekin duck diet and its habitat and its egg laying capabilities. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. So the Pekin duck is among the most popular breeds kept in the United States, both in backyards and on homesteads across the country. Pekin ducks are a multi-purpose breed, meaning they have been traditionally raised for egg and meat production. The docile and sometimes affectionate nature of Pekin ducks also earned them intense popularity to keep simply as a farm pet along with chickens. Agriculture stores like Rural King and Tractor Supply always stock Pekin ducklings amid their twice annual Chick Days events, especially the event which occurs around Easter. Both the Donald Duck character and the duck shown in Aflac commercials are of the same breed. I have friends that have kept multiple different duck varieties over the years, but Pekins have always remained their favorite vote. They are hardy, consistent egg layers even during the winter months, and they possess consummate barnyard free-ranging smarts. While my friends don't raise ducks for meat, Pekin ducks do produce a moist and tender variety. Now, first, let's get into the Pekin duck history. The Pekin duck breed has been domesticated for more than 2,000 years. While the exact origin of the breed often still sparks dispute among historians, Pekin ducks were most likely developed in Southeast Asia. The breed may have been created in China and then exported to England around 1872. Pekin ducks arrived in America a few years later and rapidly became the most sought-after duck breed on the market. Now let's get into some of the physical attributes. Well, keepers bred the Pekin duck in one variety only, white. Their ducklings are yellow and are the ones you actually see in advertisements and storybooks. As the Pekin ducks age, the yellow fuzz gives way to creamy white feathers, and the orange shanks remain the same color throughout their lives. The bill in a Pekin duck always has a deep shade of yellow. Some Pekin ducks, especially females, develop some dark spotting near the bill's tip after reaching full maturity. The body shape of a Pekin duck is long, fairly wide, and full-breasted, the primary reason this breed is favorited for meat production. So let's go ahead and get into some quick facts. Number one, mature Pekin duck hens weigh around 8 pounds. Mature drakes weigh approximately 9 pounds. Jumbo Pekin ducks, a larger yet otherwise identical version of the breed, often weigh about 12 pounds when they mature. Number two, the average lifespan of a Pekin duck is roughly 8 to 12 years. Number three, the selective breeding process used to create this duck breed allows hens to produce extra large eggs and more meat than the vast majority of other common duck breeds. Number four, Pekin ducks are highly rewarded for their environmentally hardy nature, even in locales that suffer long and cold winters. They are also known to possess a strong and resilient immune system. And lastly, number five, while Pekin ducks are excellent egg layers, they are most frequently lousy sitters. So if you want to hatch eggs to enlarge or sustain your flock or sell to other homesteaders, investing in a quality incubator will be necessary. Now let's go ahead and get into the behavior. They sometimes accept being petted by those who are raising them as either a pet or egg bird. Handling the ducklings frequently from the time they are hatched will help get the birds accustomed to being handled and held if this is an important consideration for you. Stroking their bellies gently while they lay upside down in your lap seems to be a favorite activity for Pekins if they like to be touched. Pekin ducks are excellent free rangers. Not only that, but they can also forage for the bulk of their diet naturally in most environments. They also remain keenly aware of threats and rush back to safety of their coop and run when necessary. Pekin hens can be a bit loud, especially if they've been spoiled. Hens are actually usually pretty attentive mamas. I know I said they're terrible sitters, but when their ducklings hatch, they definitely are on patrol. They help the ducklings learn the barnyard routine and how to forage for their own food, often pushing tentative little fuzzy ducklings in the water if they dawdle too long on the pond bank. Now let's get into the Pekin duck diet. Before I get into that, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, be sure to subscribe to our website, thehappychickencoop.com. If you subscribe using the link in the description, you'll receive a free ebook on the 10 best egg-laying chicken breeds. All right, both domesticated and wild ducks actually eat a nearly identical diet if the flock is permitted to free range. A poultry bird or chicken feed is often given to Pekin ducks. A game bird feed will provide more protein in their diet and should be used occasionally if the flock members are not also free range. Ducklings can eat chick starter feed as long as it's not medicated. Typically, pellet food or crumbles suits a duck best. Scratch is more difficult to eat because of the rounded bills. Scratch is actually best reserved for the pointy beaks of chickens, turkeys, and guineas. A layer feed is also an excellent choice. The percentages of calcium and other vital nutrients in the mix help create better quality eggs and more durable shells. When free ranging, a Pekin duck will be on patrol for tadpoles and small frogs, small fish, and crustaceans. Also algae, berries, worms, nuts, crickets, flies, and especially mosquitoes. Garden greens are also a favorite of the Pekin duck. My friends Pekin ducks go nuts for lettuce and grapes as a healthy training treat. Switching to a protein-rich feed and offering corn as a healthy snack should be part of the full husbandry routine. Both types of feed help the ducks put on an extra layer of fat to keep them warm during the long, cold months of winter. Unlike chicken and other poultry birds, ducks will still spend the bulk of their time outdoors even when there is snow on the ground. All right, now let's get into their habitat. The ducks will need a warm and safe hut or coop to get into at night to sleep and to retreat to during stormy weather. Ducks love to be in the rain, but thunderstorms and ice storms are not to their liking. Clean and dry bedding should be provided throughout the year. A duck run will become muddy more quickly than a chicken run because the ducks will not only splash their drinking water while slurping, but also when they get in and out of their plastic baby pool or small in-run pond. During rainy times of the year, my friends who have Pekin ducks spread straw around the run to help dry up all the mud generated both by the weather and the ducks themselves. Ducks should never go more than 8 hours without access to water. Ducklings, however, should not be allowed into the water unless they are at least 1 month old. Until they hit this age, the ducklings do not possess the natural oil which causes feathers to dry quickly and prevent chilling. And this is also because they have more fuzz than feathers. Although a Pekin duck will swim less in their run water or a pond while free ranging during the winter months, they still will swim sometimes and need to have an unfrozen water source deep enough to dip their head and necks into the water daily to remain healthy. Now let's get into the egg laying capabilities. On average, Pekin ducks lay between 200 to 300 large white eggs annually. A Pekin hen typically starts laying eggs when she is 5 to 6 months old. If the duck hits this age during the cold weather months, you will likely need to place a solar light inside the coop to ensure she garners the minimum of 8 to 10 hours of light daily necessary for poultry birds to lay eggs. A Pekin duck eggs usually weighs approximately 3 ounces. Depending on the outside temperature and whether a Pekin hen attempts to sit her egg sporadically, an egg found in the coop or run could still be viable for incubating up to 10 days after the egg is laid. Even if a Pekin hen shows a lackluster desire to sit on eggs, she may still be quite prone to rolling them into a nest, and she won't be selective about what eggs she chooses. A dominant hen will steal the eggs of other hens and roll them, or use her bill to lift them a surprising distance, or even pushing them up a ramp if the duck house has a second level. Unlike chicken hens that lay on a 26-hour individualized schedule, duck hens almost without fail lay their eggs between dusk and dawn. This egg laying routine makes duck eggs a lot easier to find before they get trampled and broken, especially since ducks tend to drop eggs wherever they are when the feeling strikes and not in the nest like chicken hens. Now let's get into the Pekin duck meat production. Now if you're like me and cannot fathom butchering these adorable ducks, the quality of their meat production may not interest you at all. If you want to raise one of the best multi-purpose meat and egg duck breeds in existence, these facts should be of keen interest. Pekin duck meat is a rich source of protein. The primarily dark meat produced has a delicious flavor. Yes, I have eaten Pekin ducks raised by some other homesteaders and in restaurants, and it does not have a greasy taste or texture as can be common with duck meat. When a Pekin duck reaches the age of just 6 weeks old, it will weigh roughly 6 pounds and is ready for butchering. On average, jumbo Pekin ducks should weigh approximately 9 to 11 pounds once they reach the 12-week-old milestone. The rapid weight gain associated with Pekin ducks is one of the many reasons why they're often exclusively raised for their meat. The more quickly a duck or any livestock matures to full butcher weight, the less expensive it is to feed. Regardless of why you choose to keep Pekin ducks, I'm willing to bet that they will live up to their reputation as hardy, intelligent, and friendly poultry birds. The influx of duck eggs into your cooking and baking might create some creamy and blue ribbon dishes that will amaze your friends and family. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to check out this one over here. That's going to do it for us at the Happy Chicken Coop YouTube channel. If you find our content interesting, if you learned something new, be sure to subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends. And with that, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.